everyone, it's Ashley, and this is my 14 months post-op lap band to VSG update. Please excuse the puffiness. I will advise anyone who's making a video during the day should not watch My Girl right before it, because you will cry and you will be puffy. So, just a little PSA for people. My notes are over here, so that's what I'm looking at. This is the lipstick I just put on and I'm playing with. So, what has happened in the last month? Today I weighed in at 216, which is not my lowest I've ever seen, but not the highest I've seen recently. Considering I'm eating like a huge jerk, it's not surprising that that's what I weigh. But I'm still, again, maintaining between 211 and 216 any given day. I've been weighing myself a lot less just because it's kind of annoying to see the same number constantly. So there's that. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out which one I want to go to first. A couple weeks ago I was at the gym and doing my Buns and Guns class that I do on Tuesdays, and a new woman had joined the class in the new year, and I think this was her second class. And the first class she had made a comment to me about, like, you know, oh, you're keeping up. You know, you're doing a good job. You're keeping up. No, she's not a small person. She's not a you know, a significantly overweight person. You know, if I had to look like her, I'd be perfectly happy, honestly. But then the next week, she came over to me and she said, "How much weight have you lost since the last time I saw you?" And I said, "Nothing. I don't lose weight now." And she said, "No, honestly, you look a lot smaller." And I said, "You know, I probably have lost maybe inches, but I definitely have not lost any weight." And she said, "You look a lot smaller." And now here's what happened. I don't know if she was talking about how I look or she was talking about my performance in the class. And either way, the compliment I loved. So anyway, so she looked at me and she said, "I want to be like you. And you're what I want to be like." And like I said, I don't know if she was talking about looks or she was talking about how I do in the class. But it was just one of the nicest compliments I've ever gotten. Either way she was meaning it. Because honestly, I can't compare myself to her. Unless we stood right next to each other and I could kind of, like, I don't know, I can't objectively say she's bigger than me, she's kind of the same size as me, that type of thing. I know I can't be the only one who has a hard time with that. So, but either way, you know, I think that sometimes now I see people, specifically women, because I'm sure a man doesn't really want to look like me, but I see people, women, and I'm sure they have the thought of, I'm not sure. I know what I want to say, but I feel like this sounds really, what is the word? I don't even know the word. So what I'm trying to say is, before I lost weight, I would look at a woman who was not super not overweight, but not super skinny, and think to myself, I wish I could look like her. I don't want to be super skinny, and I just want to look like her. You know, someone who is perhaps mildly overweight, but healthy. And I think that sometimes people do that to me now, and I find it super weird, but I feel like I can see someone look at me and have that thought very quickly go through their mind. And it still is weird to me that someone would do that. Be like, that they want to look like me. Because I'm not small. I'm happy with what I look like right now, but I'm not small. And I'm obviously much healthier than I was, but I'm not the healthiest ever person. So I hope that didn't sound like a vanity thing. Anyway, next thing was 2 fitness things that have happened recently. I went to a trampoline park. Now, the very first thing that happens when you're a mother of 2 and you go to the trampoline park, you jump, and then about 2 seconds after you start jumping, you think, oh, I've had 2 kids. I should pee before I go jumping. Sorry if that's TMI. That's exactly what happens. If you are a mother, go pee before you start jumping at the trampoline park, because you will soon remember that you've had 2 kids, regardless of how you've had them, because I've had 2 C-sections. Anyway, that was not the fitness victory. It was that I spent about 30 minutes really hardcore jumping up and down. I knew I wasn't going to get to the gym that day, and the courts had kind of cleared out for this thing that was going on at the trampoline park, and so there weren't toddlers running around anymore, and I just jumped on that thing while my son played with this other little boy around me, and it was crazy. I was working up a sweat. My heart rate was going. My Fitbit logged that I had, X amount of activity. I think it was like 33 minutes of activity and I didn't die. But the next day I felt very sore in like my upper back, and I think it was because like every time I jumped I was like this. Anyway, but it was really fun to jump, and I definitely got a good workout in. And the other fitness victory that I had last Saturday, no, it might have been Monday. Yeah, it was Monday. Sorry, my husband had the day off, so that would confuse me. We went to the park, and this particular park has this really nice walking or fitness trails, paths that go all around the park. And to do one complete loop is 0.7 miles. So it's obviously not gigantic. You can see from one end to the park to the other, but I've never jogged this entire loop. And so instead of going to the gym that day, I said to my husband, can you watch the kids? And I'm going to go for however long I can. I'm just going to start jogging, and when I stop, I stop. And I jogged for 12 minutes, and it was just over a mile. And so I jogged for a mile. I went this whole loop plus some, and I honestly could have gone a little bit longer. I wasn't dead, but my husband distracted me with something. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just stop. But I was so proud of myself, and I still am so proud of myself. Like, I just jogged a mile, and it wasn't that hard, and it was much easier than doing it on a treadmill. I didn't have that constant like clock that I could see, or not speedometer, the mileage of how far I'd gone. So and I was kind of distracted by my kids and my husband talking on the walkie-talkies and stuff like that. And so it went by really fast, and that's my son, my older one. You want to come in? Mm-hmm. This is Finn. Finn just turned 8.
And I just finished this book.
And he is an avid reader. Come sit.
Yeah, I recently just read the first 39 Clues book, The Maze of Bones.
They can't see you. No, they don't want to see the book. They want to see you. Hello, this is Finn. Finn weighs about 60-something pounds. Just saying, I think it was 66 the last time we went. I have lost more than you weigh in weight. I've lost a second grader. More than a second grader.
Can I hold you?
No.
Oh yeah, my arms aren't long enough.
But you can definitely wrap your hands all around me, can't you?
Wait. Say, yep, I can.
Yes, and that's definitely not the smallest part of me that you just hugged. Anyway, Finn's had school vacation this week. It's been fun. Having two kids at home is, it's not what?
Not that fun for you.
Yeah, it's not always fun, but we've had fun, right? Where have we been? We've been to the library a couple times.
Yeah. Me and Daddy went to the mini golf at the library. Mommy made me a surprise, and my friend from school, Layla, came over and we played at the library.
And what did I make downstairs for you guys?
Oh, and you made a fort for me and Rowan. You've made a fort.
Out of a drying rack and a blanket. And we've had, you've made your own lunch.
Yeah, I made my own lunch.
We've had lots of friends come over because our house is clean.
Yeah, lots of friends came over.
We've done science experiments. Done so much in this past week. Today you have skating lessons.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So.
It's like a makeup thing.
So, yep, I'm going to put my weights down below in the description so you can know my whole history of everything.
The history of everything?
History of everything. And I think that's about it. You have anything else to say, Finn?
Bye.
Bye. See you guys 2 weeks, a month. I don't know. Bye.